More ugly testimony today in the second Cheshire home invasion trial.
Today, more questions about who started the fire at the Pettit house that day and the awful cell phone pictures that police say Joshua Komisarjevsky took of the victims. News 8's Jamie Miro has been on this trial since the beginning. He's live in News 8 Control tonight with the latest. Jamie?
Well, Darren, actually, yes, a very difficult day for the Pettit and Hawk families. Later in the day, it was simply too much for the family as the autopsy of Haley Pettit was being discussed by a former doctor in the medical examiner's office. The family then slowly walked out, waited for that testimony to end. But as you mentioned, earlier in the day started with that Komisarjevsky confession and about how he may not be held accountable for the murders of the Pettit women. Day 5 of the Joshua Komisarjevsky trial started with Judge John Blue giving a reminder to the jury. Get here on time or a long trial could get even longer with habitual delays. That said, the defense continued their cross-examination of Cheshire Police Detective Joseph Vitello. Vitello took the taped confession of Komisarjevsky hours after the home invasion. Attorney Walter Bansley got answers he was seemingly looking for when Vitello agreed that Komisarjevsky readily admitted he sexually assaulted Michaela, admitted to hitting Dr. Pettit repeatedly with a baseball bat, even told officers minutes after his arrest that there were 3 women trapped inside the burning home, one presumably dead, strangled. We would later learn that was Jennifer Hawk. The point, Komisarjevsky was forthcoming in the crimes he committed while pointing the finger at the man responsible for the death of the Pettit girls, Stephen Hayes. Vitello also testified that Komisarjevsky never asked for anything in return for his confession, nor did police offer any perks for him to waive his rights. The defense also pointed out the gloves Hayes was wearing that night had traces of gasoline on them. But when the state got the chance to ask Vitello questions again, Vitello told state's attorney Michael Dearington that Komisarjevsky told officers about the victims inside the home only after being asked. Vitello also remembers that at one point at police headquarters, Komisarjevsky said he may have poured gasoline, but that was never recorded. Vitello also said Komisarjevsky told him that the photos of Michaela on his cell phone were going to be sent to Hayes if he was having any problems with Jennifer Hawk while at the Bank of America withdrawing cash. And getting back to the testimony from Dr. Amalka Shah, she was the doctor who used to work in the medical examiner's office, went into great detail about the autopsy report there, saying that Haley, as we all know now, we learned this in the Hayes trial, died of smoke inhalation, and talked about the severe burns on her body. But what the doctor could not say is whether those burns occurred before or after her death. We're going to have more on today's proceedings coming up tonight at 6. For now, from News 8 Control, I'm Jamie Miro. News 8.